and welcome to this women's special of 4020 TV. I'm joined today by two of the stars of Featherstone Rovers ladies, Brogan Churm and Kelly Smith, and later on we'll be discussing the Women's Super League with York City Knights ladies. I am delighted today to be joined by two of the stars of Featherstone ladies team. We've got Brogan Churm and Kelly Smith. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks. How are we both today?
Yeah, good. Yeah, excited.
Good. So we're filming this after the first weekend of the Women's Super League 2019.
Yeah.
So sort of tell us a bit about your build up to the first game. You had Bradford on Sunday. Unfortunately lost that game. But pre-season, how's that gone for you?
Yeah, pre-season has been really good. You know, we've been getting in the gym, which is what we struggled with last year. We didn't get much opportunity in the gym, but you know, we've been able to take on that this year. Training twice a week, which again last year we weren't able to do. So we're just bringing more and more girls in as well. Got, you know, scraping the barrel last year for players, but this year we're moving up. You know, we're having to take players out of the squad to, you know, to get everybody a shirt number. So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, I was going to say it seems to. So last season was kind of a breakthrough season for the Women's Super League. I think this season has got sort of the potential to be even better than it was last season, and I know there's more women and girls that have taken it up in the off season. Have you seen that, Brogan? Obviously with Featherstone, have you got new girls coming in and wanting to play?
Yeah, we've got loads of new girls coming in. We've got loads of young girls coming in as well through like Featherstone Lions, and so that's what our main focus is at the minute, is trying to develop them and give them experience and game time at that level, which is proving difficult at the minute, but it's just tweaking things and finalising things that we're doing in training now after we've had his first game. So it's going in a good direction.
Yeah, and that first game, a tough one against Bradford. Not the ideal result for you guys to start the season off with, but will you now be looking on to just to kick on from that and learn from what you did wrong, what you did right?
Yes, we already spoke about that at training last night. You know, we've highlighted parts of Leeds' game, which, you know, it's been on Facebook and everything like that. So we've gone through that, picked out where we can use our strengths against them.
And you've got Leeds coming up next.
Yeah, on Sunday. So, you know, we've moved on from Bradford, straight away working on what it is that we can do to beat Leeds. And
Leeds, again, that's quite a tough sort of second fixture.
Yeah, it's very, very tough for us. So I think the only positive movement that we could make from Sunday's game was get back in training last night and work on some of the things that we know Leeds are going to do that Bradford did to us, which was like mainly out wide work. In the middle is solid, but in the like moving out and communicating and things like that, little things that we don't necessarily have in the girls' game that you need in the women's game, just to try and, you know, put us in the best possible position for Sunday.
Yeah, and Leeds, obviously we just said before, that's tough opposition. Now I think they kind of sort of set the benchmark last year, sort of missing out on the grand final, but they won the Challenge Cup. Do you think everybody else has kind of stepped it up again now this year though?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Massively.
You can see with everybody's social media accounts what they're doing in training, what they're doing on and off the field, just to try and like push the game, and as well as the fact that over in New Zealand and Australia they're on social media too, and we can see what they're doing, and we're trying to play catch up with them because they're head and shoulders above what we've got over here. So everybody's trying to get to the best possible level, not just for the Women's Super League, but for like the World Cup coming up in 2021.
And is that sort of a realistic goal for you guys as players to hopefully one day or in the 2021 World Cup pull on that England shirt?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we need, you know, it comes from working hard from the bottom. It's my second season at Featherstone, and I feel like maybe last year we, as a team, none of us really got to show you know, what we could do, but then this year I think it'll all come together and we can all just work from there. And I think coming the next couple of years you'll see a lot more of the Featherstone girls wearing the England shirt.
And two ladies have just been announced in the England squad this time round, Andrea Dobson and Katie Hepworth. What's that like to have two players like that in your team?
Really, really influential, especially Andy with her experience in the game. It's great to have her on the pitch. She knows what she's talking about. She knows how to direct us, especially, and the young ones, definitely.
Yeah. Katie's quite an amazing person to play with as well, because she knows everything. She knows everything in her head, so she says it to you how it should be. And whereas Andy's a very dominant force on the pitch, like if she wants the ball, she gets the ball. But Katie's very much so like, if we hit this out back, there's a space out there, and it works. They do balance each other out. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they both get on further on into the season, because we are only one game in. But it'll be nice to see them in a few weeks.
And obviously, first game, everybody's kind of just getting used to each other again and getting game time. For you personally, what are your sort of aims for the season as a team at Featherstone, and sort of personally as well, both of you?
Top 4 finish is our aim as a team. Obviously, we haven't started the way we wanted to, but we do know we have the potential there, because from the pre-season game we did actually beat Bradford in our pre-season, and that just showed what we could do in that game. And I think we just need to take that going forward now throughout the season. I think personally for me, it's just I've got a new position this year, so it's just working hard at that and building on that and see where I can go with that position.
And what's your position if
scrum half this year?
Followers don't know.
Yes, I'm playing scrum half this year, which is a new position, so good to take it on and see where I go with that.
Yeah. My goal's kind of just to get really back into the stride of rugby league, because I play rugby union in off season and at uni. But rugby league's where my heart lies. So my goal this year is just to get back into a forward stride of rugby league and really get like stuck into it and just see where that takes me. But that's it. Just finish top 4 with Featherstone would just be an absolute
dreams.
Total dreams.
Challenge Cup as well. Obviously we've got that coming up, and the final being played alongside the men's semi-final in Bolton. That would be fantastic if you could get there as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think again it's going to take a lot of hard work throughout the season, working on both strengths and weaknesses throughout training and in the games. But yeah, I think
I think if Featherstone managed to get to that point, even just getting there would just be an absolute legit dream. Because just where we've come from last season to where we are now. I know that we lost the first game, but last season we got literally nilled, 54 points plus, nil, and this year we at least competed, and we competed at a good level as well. So I just think to get to that point at the end of the next season would just be an absolutely amazing achievement for us as a team.
Definitely. Do you think that's sort of the case with a lot of teams as well, because everybody seems to have stepped up, so you're kind of going into games now whereas last season you might have gone into a game and thought, oh, Leeds will win it or Wigan will win it, but this season it just seems that little bit more competitive than other teams as well.
This season now, if you look like on the team sheet, it's interesting because nearly every one of our players has got a skill or a talent that can match the other team's players, and it's interesting because we know we've got the talent and we know we've got the potential. It's just gelling together and getting that like consistency
in training. We look really good. It's just putting it on that pitch against that strong defence that some of the teams have out there.
Definitely. We've had a lot of movement as well from girls going to different teams, so a lot of teams have sort of changed personnel and everything. Is that the case with you guys as well? You've got to sort of get used to the new players and
we had not many people actually leave Featherstone. But we've had a lot of people come to us, which is amazing because it's what we needed. We needed fresh legs and we needed new talents, and that's what we've got now. We're at that point where it's in season, so we're knowing how people are playing, and it's like getting that balance of everybody's talent to work together consistently to get the outcome that we want in. So we're trying as best to work so hard off the pitch to make sure that it happens on.
And starting on Sunday against Leeds, hopefully. Is it at Leeds or is it at...
No, it's at Featherstone,
Are you playing all your games then at the LD Nutrition Stadium?
Yeah, on the main pitch,
Which is obviously fantastic for the game. I know Cass as well are playing all their games at the Jungle, which is just sort of a big step up for the women's game as well in general.
Yeah, definitely.
For you girls to be recognised alongside the men to be able to play your games there as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. We do like our pitch at Featherstone. It's really nice. It does have a really big incline though, so like when we're running up it, I think, oh my god, I'm dying. Running down, it's not that bad, but running up it is yeah. But it's nice. Like it'll be good to get some of the men's supporters in the stadium. I feel like they'd be more inclined to come and watch if they get a seat to sit on.
Yeah. Is it playing as? Are you playing as a curtain raiser then on Sunday? To the men's game. I don't know when the men are playing this.
No, we're not actually. We're playing a little bit earlier. On Sunday. Just personal reasons. I think we're going to start at 1:00. So just a normal Sunday game, just at the stadium. That's it.
And so, what are your predictions?
It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game. Obviously, our hearts lie with Featherstone.
Yeah.
And, you know,
we believe we could do it. We turn up on the day with the mindset.
See how training goes tomorrow. You know, we've got a race night on Friday. You know, a bit of bonding, team bonding. You know, get us ready for the game on Sunday. But I think we are ready. I think we're good to go. I think we'll give them a good run for the money there.
Good, and hopefully cause an upset. Because I think
definitely.
Leeds will be going into that game.
Massive upset if it didn't go Leeds' way. But we'll see. But I'm hopeful.
And who do you see as sort of the biggest challenges going into as the season progresses?
I think Castleford are definitely up there.
There's a lot of fire between us.
And that's a local derby.
We're quite local rivals, but Castleford are one of the bigger sides, but nearly every team in the Super League are, you know, big games, big competition. So we just want to get in a better position than we was last year, and hopefully just finish in the top 4.
So thanks very much to Brogan and Kelly. We've now got a bit of reaction from the Leeds and Wakefield game, and we'll first hear from Sophia Robinson.
Sophie, first of all, a great win today to kick off the season against Wakefield.
Yeah, I think it was a really great win. We didn't know what to expect with Wakefield. We know the strength through off season, so I think it was just about us turning up. And I think for our first hit out of the season, I think it was really good for the girls just to get a few combinations and just to see how we gel, because we've quite a new team this season, so I think it was good to get out there with the new girls as well.
Plenty of key players out, but the young players stepped up and certainly put on a good performance.
Yeah, definitely. We've had to call up a girl from the under-19s today because we've had a few injuries, but yeah, they stepped up well. I think it's just wearing the shirt. I think anyone who does step up to play for open age, they always put in a performance for us.
And a nice try as well to cap the performance.
Yeah, I've been told to back myself, so I tried today and I got the try, but I think it's just good for the girls to get the win.
And a nice crowd as well supporting you this afternoon, and both sides of that this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. Leeds supporters always turn up for us, but I think just being at Wheatwood, we're very lucky to be here. And having the Leeds support as well, we appreciate it every week.
Leeds played really, really well, as we would have expected them to. I think it was super strong, very fast, well drilled, really, really good side. I really enjoyed playing against them, even though it wasn't a great result numbers-wise. I think we could learn a lot by playing teams like that. And then from our side, I think the girls did really, really well. We defended a lot, and for the amount of work that we did in defence, I think, you know, we held up really, really well. But it's a new team, a young team, and we're just finding our feet, and I think that game was a really, really great way to do that.
Yeah, you can't get a much bigger test than against the team who won the Challenge Cup last year.
Yeah, exactly, and it shows. They were awesome, but it's good for us to have a benchmark against that, and you know, really we can only go up from here.
Lots of defence in that game today. Obviously Wakefield didn't show much with the ball because they weren't able to do so, but I don't think that scoreline necessarily reflected the difference between the two sides on the pitch this afternoon.
I don't think so either. I think, you know, that's the way it goes. The team who holds the ball is the team who typically will win, because, you know, you can't score tries in defence. But, you know, I really, really think that, you know, had we had the ball a bit more, the scores would show a little bit of a different story. But yeah, you're exactly right. I think, you know, if you were to put all of your stakes in the small line, it would misrepresent how well we played.
One down next week, it's York away from home, another away game, but against, I want to say an easier opponent, because everyone's a tough team, but not quite the level of Leeds, perhaps.
Maybe not. I don't know. Hey, I'm fresh to Super League. I'm fresh to England. So I mean, it's hard for me to know every single person's a new opponent. I'll take your word for it. But I think every team will be really difficult. Every team has their strengths. So yeah.
Yeah, I have the York fans complaining now. What did you make of the atmosphere here this afternoon? Nice crowd enjoying the weather and the rugby.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. There was lots of awesome chat on the sideline, which is always great. It's always good to hear when you do something right and when you do something wrong. Comes with the territory. Yeah, it was awesome. I really liked what Leeds did for women in league today. I think it's really, really great.
That was Katie Clifton you heard from there, and Wakefield will be taking on York this weekend. And we're now joined by 3 of those York City ladies teams. We've got Daisy Sanderson, Ellie Hendry and Carla Hilton. Welcome to the show, ladies. How are we all today?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, good. Well, thank you.
Good, and you're obviously really well. We've just had the England squad announcement this week, and you've been named is it 24 players?
I think there's some more. There's like 32, yeah.
Shows how much I know. It's 32 player, we'll pretend I got that right. And so at the age of 17, that's a massive thing for you, being involved in that squad.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just, I wasn't expecting it, to be honest, especially so last year I got the privilege to train with them, and I learned so much from that. It's just really good, like players like Amy Hardcastle and stuff. She was teaching me like techniques on how to tackle, which I've brought into like hopefully try this season and stuff. And to get it again this year is just such, like, I feel overly privileged for it. But I'm really looking forward to just joining them, and especially at such a young age. It's quite a lot of pressure, but it's good to get a footstep into that sort of region of rugby. I mean, it's the highest you can go, and like, it's just really cool getting to see all the people I've seen growing up, watching them play, and then being able to play alongside them. It's really cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Fantastic. And obviously with the 2021 World Cup coming up, is that a goal for you? Obviously being involved in the squad now, that's got to be a realistic goal for you now, playing in that World Cup.
I mean, definitely, like, that's everyone's goal at the end of the day, is to play the game, that to get chosen for the team and stuff. And even if I don't, just getting the privilege to train with them is already massive enough for me. But obviously you're always trying to strive for more, and if you're not, you're obviously not passionate enough for it. But I mean, if I do, that'd be brilliant, but there's so many talented players to go against. It will be really hard, but I'm looking forward to the challenge, definitely.
Yeah, and like you said, you're getting to play alongside the likes of Amy Hardcastle and Jodie Cunningham and all the England sort of greats that have played for England in the past. Are you learning a lot from that, taking stuff back to York and to the ladies, to the team?
Oh, massively. I mean, we've got like brilliant coaches at training and stuff, and they've taught me so much already. But like, just getting it from the people who are playing the same game as you is just, it's just that extra bit of info, because they kind of like understand what you're going through during the game, and like just little tips and stuff. It's really cool to get from them, and even not just the older generation of rugby, but the younger generation. I'm still learning from people my age, and like people who are just a bit older, like Georgia Roach and stuff like that. Like, there's so much just from watching them play. You can learn their little tips and techniques and stuff, and I'm just trying to learn to adapt a bit more to like different things to hopefully get better as a player, as an individual.
And take that into obviously York season now. That got underway on Sunday. You had a really, really tough game against Cass. I mean, they are sort of tipped to win everything this year, get to the finals and what have you. That must have been a tough game for you on Sunday.
I didn't actually play on Sunday. I was injured, so it's
Ellie's out injured. First 10 minutes we started really well. 0-0 after. It was about 10-15 minutes, but then once I got the first try, that was it. There was no stopping them. Yeah. We all know how fantastic they are, though, don't we? And it was
amazing team.
Yeah.
Just no coming back from it.
And I suppose you, before the season, you prepare for all of pre-season sort of for that game, but you can just sort of put that behind you now and crack on with the next game. What have you kind of been working on? Sort of pre-season and
that was
now
the most
after
disappointing
the game,
thing, because our pre-season it's been long. We
so
started
I know
beginning of
I've
November.
sort of seen stuff on Instagram and Twitter, and it's like things sort of stepping up a gear really. Obviously last season wasn't ideal, but it seems to have been really, really positive sort of throughout pre-season and going into the first game as well.
Yeah.
I think our pre-season's been massive this year, hasn't it? I feel like everyone's just worked so hard for it, and I feel like the Cast game was a tough start, but I feel like we can only improve from there and get better. And all the effort we've put in, we can put into the further games.
The way we went into the game, though, maybe want the right attitude for what we can have.
Yeah.
Like I say, we've all been saying how tough pre-season has been, how much we'd looked forward to the start of the season, and it just nothing. We didn't put anything into the game, what we'd learned. You know, coaches have spent God knows how many months on the same thing, going over and over, and then we failed on that on Sunday. But yesterday, back at training, 2 hours, running. The thing we didn't do on against Castleford. So hopefully.
Yeah, well, I think they're going to be a tough team for anybody to beat this season.
Yeah, definitely.
But looking forward this weekend, you've got Wakefield. Is that at Wakefield or is it at
York?
York. So you'll be looking to get some points on the board.
We hope so, but I suppose if you talk to Wakefield, you know, they'll be hoping that too. It'll be a tight game, very tight.
Definitely.
You don't know really what to expect with Wakefield. They've sort of come up into the Super League this year. Nobody's played them yet. They had a big defeat against Leeds at the weekend, but again, that's a tough game for them to start. What are you expecting from Wakefield?
I think personally, like for all of us, is just to try our hardest to maybe keep in shape and stuff, and just do the stuff that we're doing in training in the game for once. I mean, like, obviously Wakefield are in the same position we were last season, and so we completely understand what they're going through, but I think they've recruited really well. It is going to be a tough match, absolutely, but I hope we have like a good chance just to get a bit more involvement in what we've been learning in training to add to the game, and like I think they're going to do the same with us.
Yeah, you're both sort of coming off the back of two heavy defeats, so you'll both be sort of going at it to get the first points on the board.
For me, Wakefield have a strong set of forwards. We've just got to make sure we shut them down early on and do it for the full 80 minutes.
Yeah. So who are you sort of picking out in the Wakefield team as you sort of?
I'd watched some clips back from game against Leeds at weekend, and I think it's Maddie Hurst. She was running strong. I think she's definitely one to look out for. Danny Swain, always been a strong player, definitely one to look out for as well.
Yeah, and they've got a new halfback as well in Katie Clift. She looks quite a good player for them as well, and they've recruited really well.
Yeah, absolutely. At the end, like, so with them recruiting so well, we've got our team now. They're a very new, fresh team, I believe, and we've all kind of got to grips with each other.
Have you got the same sort of core team as you had last year, or have you made?
No, we've lost. We lost a couple of forwards that was in the starting lineup last year, week in, week out. But we've brought in some very strong forwards as well. We've got Beth Lockwood from Leeds Rhinos. She's come in. She's been positive. It's great to train alongside her. You learn a lot from her. She's great speaking, talking in the game. You know, she'll keep you going all the time. So I think we've recruited well. You know, we may have lost, but we've definitely recruited better.
And what's it like working under Daryl and Kay as well? Kay's been around the game for ages. She must be sort of a good influence to have as well on the team.
Yeah, I mean, we've all played alongside her as well, exactly. So it's really nice because we're all very close-knit sort of bond team, and it's really lovely to have her there as a coach as well, as along with Daryl. We also have our strength and conditioning coach Ash, and they all just do so much for us, and they just, if we have any questions, anything to ask, they'll stay behind or they'll come extra. They'll literally do anything for us, and it's just really lovely to have that support to not only develop as a team but personal for all of us. Individually, they care about all of us getting to the high standards that we want to achieve. And you said you're out injured. How long are you out injured for?
I'm not sure how long it's going to be now. It was my shoulder, but I think I'm like debating whether to play it this week or not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And have you had a lot of help from the strength and conditioning and all the coaches and stuff?
We've had some like physio and stuff come in and recently, and they're just like trialling with us and stuff, but they've been massively helpful. We're trying with Ellie. We're giving her
a very late decision on it, you know, as each week.
Yeah.
Obviously, we wanted her available for Castleford. She's our full-back. It's a huge loss.
Yeah.
And we have to find someone, you know, to replace her just 2 days before season starts.
Yeah,
so, but we can't rush her back, so we'll take it one step at a time.
Definitely. And sort of as the season progresses, you finished bottom of the table last year. Is that something, obviously, you're going to be looking to improve on that? Where do you see yourselves come the end of the year in the table and Challenge Cup and all that?
The cup, to be honest, I have really looked at cup. To be honest, obviously we was.
When's the first round, by the way? Don't know.
I want to say it's second of May, but that could just be.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Obviously, we don't want to finish bottom at table again, and we don't think we will either.
No.
But you know, that's the attitude we need to have. I don't know. I haven't looked at cup at all. I don't think any of us have. I don't think we've spoke of that. Our focus is
Yeah, I guess we just want to try and aim for the highest possible. Obviously, I guess every team in the league is trying to get for that top 4 now, and even though we didn't do quite as well as we'd hoped last season, it was our first season. I hope that this season that we're going to come back stronger, and then hopefully, obviously, we're all aiming, like I said, for the top 4. If we get there, that would be a massive, massive achievement for York. But if we don't, at the end of the day, as long as we're making little improvements and stuff, I think we'll be happy with that as it is.
Yeah, and it's sort of a good goal to have. Who do you see going forward as your biggest rivals? We've just spoken to the Featherstone ladies. They said Cass. They said Cass. Obviously, that's a big local derby, local rivalry. Who are your main sort of targets that you want to win, or who do you see as your main challenges really?
I think obviously we want to come up with, let's say, Wakefield, Fev, maybe Bradford. You know, we want to be fighting them. Cass, they're just another level, as results showed at weekend. I don't know. It's so hard to say because we didn't expect the result like that at the weekend.
Yeah.
You know, so everybody is coming back stronger. So you set your targets, but you just got to set them even higher now.
And I think that's the thing as well. This season, everybody seems to have just completely stepped it up from last season. Everybody's got, sort of, you were saying, the strength and conditioning coach. Everybody's kind of buying into it really, and so it makes the league more exciting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which is good for good for the neutral to kind of, for me to sit back and watch it, and it just shows how much the women's game's growing as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think the development of women's rugby league at the moment, from when I first started, I know it wasn't that long ago. It was only a couple of years ago that I started, but the development of it that I've seen, and we're so lucky to have what we have now compared to what they used to have, even just 10 years ago. And it's just developing more and more each day, and it's just crazy to see because obviously we're aiming to be as high as the men's teams, and so getting strength and conditioning coaches and extra availability for for coaching staff, it's just really cool to have for the women's teams.
And they've got they're introducing the 21 by 21, so having the 21,000 girls and women playing rugby by the World Cup. I know it's quite far in the future, but if the Women's Super League and the English women's game sort of carries on the way it's going, do you think that England have a real shot at the World Cup when it comes round?
Oh yeah, definitely.
With the recruitment that's going on at the moment, even from people who aren't in the Super League now, so they're doing the under-16s teams and stuff like that they're recruiting, there's massive talents that you can already see. I think in the next coming years, we've got a massive chance to go against likes of the Australians and then the Kiwis. Are they the same thing? You can edit that bit out.
No, they're not.
New Zealand,
Aussies and Kiwis are different.
New Zealand and
God, I
Aussies.
get them.
You was doing
I
well.
get battered if I said that. But yeah, so just people like them, I think we have a huge chance against with the upcoming people, and then the more knowledge that we have with the women's team as well. So it's looking really good for us.
I think it's that as the teams, it's starting so much younger, you get so much more experience through the games, and it's getting better and better each year as they go on, and it's going to end up being something big, isn't it?
Yeah, I definitely hope so, because I sort of came into it, got involved in it last season, so to watch it grow from where it's been to now. I know I was talking to Jodie Cunningham of Saints, and she said sort of the past however many years she's been playing, it's grown more in the past 18 months than it has done for the past 12 or so years. So
yeah, massively. I completely agree with that.
And last but not least, we'll go to predictions for the weekend. So
Tough
you guys
question.
against Wakefield, what are we hoping for? Well, obviously you're hoping for a win. Is that realistic?
It's definitely realistic, yeah.
Yeah, we hope so.
Yeah. What are the other games? We've got the Leeds Featherstone game that we've just spoken about. Put your neck on the line. What's the result of that going to be?
I think it's hard to guess what results they're going to be. I mean, everyone's recruited so well this season and all the teams are like changing up and stuff, so you can't really guess until like, because we're only first game in, we don't know how everyone's playing yet.
It comes down to the day.
Yeah, definitely.
In my opinion, it does. You know, you can work hard all week, all pre-season. You come down on that day, you don't play to your highest standards, and that's it.
Exactly, and that's a good thing as well. I think now you can go down to a game if one team's off, then you could be like this week in Leeds against Featherstone. A lot of people will probably think that Leeds will be the surefire winners from that of that game, but if they turn up and they're not on the game, then Featherstone could easily easily win that.
They can
one.
come up with some good results. Can Fev? They did last year. You just never know. It's an hard one to say. That one,
yeah. But I think it's fantastic for the game in general. So, but thank you very much, ladies, for coming on.
Thank you.
It's been really good to talk to you. Thank you very much to the Featherstone Rovers ladies and the York City Knights ladies there for joining me on our first episode. Keep an eye out on the social media channels for our next episode.